And we're back with the Classic Auto Mall Show from the Classic Auto Mall studio in snowy Morgantown, PA. Well, it's going to melt one of these years. I'm certain of that. Joining us via Zoom, Mr. Keith Martin, publisher of Sports Car Market Magazine. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, and I am excited to be here.
I am so excited to have you on. How about the auctions? We're going crazy in Scottsdale and Mecum down in Kissimmee. And if somebody says the hobby's in trouble, I didn't certainly see it with all of what was going on. Man.
No, I agree 100%. I mean, all the prices were like, is that for two of them?
Yeah, there's a Lincoln Continental that's over $1 million. It should have been for about 10 of them, I think. But
well, did you see the guy talking about that car?
Yeah, it's crazy.
In the interview, he talked about he saw the car for sale for what, $80,000 or something,
and put a new interior in it. I think is all he did, or something. And and you know, and there's a lot of scuttlebutt about the guy overpaid for it, and he paid this, and you know, I don't know if you want something bad enough, and two people want something bad enough, you pay whatever it is you pay to get it. If it's what you want.
Stewart, I have an insider secret for you.
Oh, I like this.
The guy did not use food stamps to buy that car.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it doesn't mean anything to him. It's and it was a young kid who bought. I mean, that was the one thing that I took away from especially from Barrett. You saw that there was a lot of younger, I guess, YouTubers, for lack of a better term, or kids who've made money that you aren't necessarily familiar with, and they've done amazingly well, and they're buying cars that they like, and they happen to like 65 Lincoln Continental suicide door convertibles.
Well, I think what's happening is that between the online auctions like Bring a Trailer and Cars and Bids and the influencers like Vin Wiki and stuff like that,
right.
They have my son, who's 18, thrives on Bring a Trailer.
Sure.
That wouldn't have happened 10 years ago.
Right. He wouldn't have even cared about it.
Go to a land auction
to
see all this stuff. And now he's just tracking, and sending me things. Well, Dad, how about this one? Right.
Which is good. Now you got a second set of eyes checking out things for you that you may have missed if you didn't,
Car finder.
Yeah, you pay him flip him a finder's fee when he finds you something. So.
That's exactly right.
So goodbye V12 is this week's blog.
Goodbye V12. Do you think I'm doing the right thing?
You love that car is the first thing I'm going to say. But the second thing I'm going to say is, and you even said this in your blog, you've used it for about everything that you bought it for. Every event that you wanted to use that car for, you've pretty much done it. Is there anything left on the list that you haven't done with that car?
10,000 miles I've put on that car.
Yeah. And the cost of ownership, you figured it out. It was like 69 cents a mile. That's the cheapest thing I've ever heard of.
Me too. The worst thing you can ever do, like if you race cars, is add up the cost of racing.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't ever want to know that number. And especially, you don't ever want to know that number on the calculator when your wife walks in and is looking over your shoulder and you go, what are you adding up? Oh, I'm just some random numbers.
Stuart, the magic of this car was that it was always owned by enthusiasts. The guy I bought it from, his dad was a NASA engineer, and so was the guy who owned it, from like birth on.
Right.
Always been a good car and a working car. Everything, the choke levers, the clock, everything works. So it's been like, I don't know how to say it exactly, but it's been a good, honest car.
Right.
And it's the kind of, some cars won't stay fixed.
Right. Yeah. We've had plenty of those. Well, this one had 22,000 miles when you bought it. You bought it in what, 2000? How long? 2000. When did you buy this? 2020? No, not 2025. 2020.
Yeah.
Wow. That's long-term ownership for you, right?
For me, it is. But also the big surprise for me is I've had a fair number of E-types, and this is not a sports car.
Right.
This is a derivative of their Formula One motor in it.
Right.
And this is a 90 mile an hour AC cranked up, burn across the desert car. I mean, it's just a high speed cruiser.
Yeah, people have a tendency to mislabel the E-type, especially the coupes, as just kind of a touring car, or not. But it is a high performance car, especially in this era for a car out of Europe. American made cars were starting on the downhill slide of performance then, but this was powerful for a European car.
Well, and it's a 71, which had the least smog regulations on it.
Right.
It was the most powerful.
Right. And of course,
had little dainty bumpers on it.
Right.
You know?
Not like the 73 and 74. Those would not have been called dainty.
No, you couldn't even open the hood all the way on the 73s and 4s.
Isn't that the truth?
That bumper protrusion hits the ground.
Yeah. And for some reason, I still think they're kind of cool. I don't know why. It's just one of those things. I guess there was something that happened in my lifetime that I saw that something cool was associated with it. And therefore, I think that car's cool, even though it has the goofy bumpers.
Well, when you step back and look at that car, the fact that the radiator opening is so big and it's got those big flares on it, it gives it a more powerful look than you would think.
Absolutely. So when you're putting the Jag on Bring a Trailer, right? So that'll go on.
And Stewart, I really believe in putting cars on at no reserve.
Sure, absolutely.
Because it's a one-way trip.
Yeah. Well, that's always been our conundrum here, that we have cars on consignment, so putting them on no reserve is, we take a risk that we've got an unhappy customer. Yeah. So, but you're exactly right. To sell any of these cars on any of these online platforms, in my opinion, you really should put them on no reserve. That is the best opportunity for them to sell and bring the most money.
Well, and whatever they bring, it's what they're going to bring.
Right. It's worth what they're worth.
Market that day.
And it doesn't matter what you paid for it.
No, listen, and also once you decide to sell a car, then you can't drive it anymore.
No, because you'll find a reason to keep it.
You're scared to death of some door ding or something, because the car is just waiting. Car said, "Oh, so you're going to sell me at no reserve, huh? I think I'll blow my oil lines."
Just because I can.
Just because I feel like it.
That's because I feel like it. So what will you replace it with?
I bought a 911 C4S.
There you go.
2005. So it's got the turbo body, turbo suspension.
All-wheel drive.
All-wheel drive.
Yeah, great car.
I've driven a few of them. I paid $33,000 for it on Bring a Trailer from a dealer that was in Seattle, so I could have my son go up on the train and bring it back.
Close enough.
That's part of the problem with buying online. Are you buying a $3,000 tow bill when you buy the car?
Oh, that's right. We have people who buy stuff, and I'm always surprised sometimes that are on, like in Seattle or up in your part of the world or on the West Coast, and they're buying a $5,000 or $6,000 car, and you think, man, that shipping bill is going to be half of that to get it out there. I mean, happy that we sold it to them, and happy that you found it at our place, and you're happy with your car, but you couldn't have found one a little closer, possibly,
Well, you don't find ones that are closer until you've already bought the one. And then the minute you've bought it, then they pop up like next door.
Well, we have to have a new category. Instead of Murphy's Law, it'll be Martin's Law. And so we'll come up with all these little things that we do in car world, that you can't drive your car once you offer it for sale for two reasons. Number one, it'll break. And number two, you'll realize you love it and you don't want to sell it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I also think the reason I bought this 911, this modern car, well, it's 20 years old, but It's a modern car.
It's a modern car. That's a hard thing for people to understand. You see on a late model, like a 2002 Corvette or a 2005 Mustang, it looks like a new car, but it's 20 something plus years old. And this car that you bought has 70,000 miles on it. So it's not like it just got used sparingly. It was driven.
Well, but it's a cream puff car.
Right, exactly. And well maintained and all that good stuff.
Oh, yeah, and I don't know about the IMS bearing, but that's one of those things where you almost have to buy the car, get it to your shop, have them drop the tranny and say, okay, now what do we have here?
Yeah, we either got one that's good or we got one that's not good.
Yeah, and it's just part of the price of going into a 996.
If you don't buy any older car without an extra little bit of money in the bank, then you're making a huge mistake. You need to have a little extra money because there's always going to be something. And every car has its one or two little things that you got to look out for. There's certain ones that have a leaky rear end. There's certain cars that have this or that. And you always got to be prepared for that. And if you're not, it's going to be a less enjoyable experience.
Well, the by now, because the car is 20 years old, any good shop will say, well, the weak points on this car are.
Right. Yeah. They rust here. They do this. They do that. They don't do this. They don't do that. But I think that, the 996 is an overlooked car. I mean, people, for many, many years overlooked that and said, oh, it's got the Boxster headlights and all that. And it's got this and got that. And,
Sure. You know what I tell people when they say that?
What?
I can't see the headlights when I'm driving.
That's what a guy told me when he bought a four-door Oldsmobile 98. I said, you didn't want a two-door or a convertible? He said, they all look the same when I'm in the driver's seat. So that's very true. So
I wanted a car that was easier to, I've got a 75 911S,
Right.
a G-body car, but no power steering, no power brakes, no AC.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
work.
It's not a summertime car.
It's work. It's work to drive that thing, and you better make a commitment. You better feel on your A game when you're driving that, because it's just not. It's not point and shoot like a lot of these newer looking cars are. And there's nothing wrong with having a car that has both attributes: ones that are difficult to drive and require muscle and effort and thought and planning ahead for braking and all that. And then it's also, there's nothing wrong with having one that just does all that for you.
Actually, I'm going to have Apple CarPlay put in the car.
Oh, there you go. Now you got music. You're set, man. All right, so we'll watch this on Bring a Trailer, and we'll hopefully discuss it next week and or so, and then hopefully you'll get the result you're looking for.
Yeah, you know, the whole thing, Stewart, with no reserve is you've just walked the plank.
And there's no turning back, pal.
There's a guy right behind you who's got the little knife that's just poking you in the back.
That won't really hurt you, but just enough to irritate you, right?
Well, I had a Citroen that I paid 74 and I got 100 for, which I thought was skill, and it was dumb luck.
Well, on that note, the dumb luck version of the Classic Auto Mall show, we will be back next week with another fantastic guest, and we'll have Keith Martin on again as well. Keith, we'll see you next week. Have a great week.
Here's a special offer from Sports Car Market Magazine. Get a 6-month subscription for just $19.95 by going to sportscarmarket.com/test drive and the number 6. That's sportscarmarket.com/test drive 6. If you're a buyer, a seller, or just general classic car enthusiast, publisher Keith Martin says,
We've been around almost 40 years. It's the Wall Street Journal of the collector car world.
activate your 6-month trial of Sports Car Market Magazine by going to sportscarmarket.com/test drive 6. Offers for a limited time. Be in the know with Sports Car Market.
The Classic Auto Mall Show with their host, Stewart Howden. Available on classicautomall.com, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts.